This is indeed a J Purple production.
What is up, Internet? My name is Joseph Ferguson, and normally this is where I talk about the important stuff that happened this week, but today is not Sunday, so I'm not going to do that. Unless you're watching this on a Sunday, which good job, keep watching my videos. But today I want to talk about the album Because the Internet, the latest effort by Childish Gambino, one of my favorite rappers, or really artists, because what he's done is he's created a world. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I saw a lot of people were confused about what it actually was and all the different pieces and parts to it. So I guess you could say I'm making this video because the internet. See what I did there? You see it. You see it. You're a smart person. You see what I did there. Now, earlier this year, I was watching a lot of Childish Gambino interviews where he was talking about the album and what he was going to do with it and how the music was sounding. And he was like, I don't really like to make albums. I hate albums. And as I was hearing this, I was like, all right, bring my ears here. But, and as I was hearing this, I was like, all right, you pretentious douchebag, like, get to it. I know you're making an album. Like, stop being like, I'm above albums. What I'm making are spectacles. What I'm doing is so fantastic. Like, that's how it was coming off, because I didn't really understand what Mr. Glover was talking about. But basically, in order to fully understand what he's doing, we need to start at his last album. And his last album was Camp, not the mixtape Royalty. We're talking about Camp, the album. Now, Camp told the story of a kid at camp. It was basically his time, the trials, the tribulations. It's a phenomenal album. If you haven't heard it yet, I suggest you do it. But that was a story. This album, Because the Internet, takes place with that same kid after he went to camp. But the story element of it all is a bit more straightforward with this new album. Along with the actual I keep doing this because this is apparently how albums are in my mind. But along with the actual album, he wrote a screenplay. Now the album is essentially a soundtrack to the screenplay that he wrote. And I feel like he wrote that script, and after he wrote the script, he went back and made songs that corresponded with it, because it all works so smoothly. I highly recommend you read the screenplay if you've already listened to the album, if you plan to listen to the album. My professional, oh my god, I love this album and this screenplay opinion is read them together succinctly, because as you work through the screenplay, he tells you, listen to this song now, listen to this song now. There are little video clips that show you what he's actually explaining in each scene. So I think they work beautifully in concert together. And in concert, funny you would say that, Joseph, actually his live show is going to be an abridged version of the screenplay, so you get to see him put on this almost play-like musical on each time he performs. So what Donald Glover is doing is he's making a world. He's like, you can't charge for albums anymore. Charging for an album is like me owning a bakery and charging for the smell of the bakery. That's supposed to be free. People are going to get it for free. You have to get them involved in your world and make them actually invest in you and not just the music. Also, Mr. Glover didn't stop there. This album and the screenplay serve as a prequel to a short film that he actually put on the internet, that he actually put online way before the album was released. I'm gonna go off topic just slightly here. It's interesting to see Childish Gambino in interviews because he's always wearing the same clothes. And I'm wow, I thought Community paid better than that. You can definitely afford to change your shirt and your pants and your jacket, Mr. Glover. Actually, he was trying to play a character in those interviews. If you watch a short film, if you watch any of the little clips that are in the screenplay, he's wearing the same thing. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to bring that world over to even the interviews. He's trying to let you know that he is this character and he is this person. But in summation, I was just trying to explain Because of the Internet and how it fit into the world. So in summation, there's Camp, which is the first album, Because of the Internet, which is the second album, a screenplay that goes along with Because the Internet to help you better understand what's going on. Then after that, he has a short film. And then Mr. Glover has said he wants to create a third album that'll kind of complete the whole series, which chronologically, if you wanted to make it, it would take place after the short film. So if you've already heard the album, tell me what your favorite track on the album was. My personal favorites are Between Telegraph Ave, World Star, and Sweatpants. Those are just great songs. Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, if you do want to read that screenplay I was talking about, link in the description. Also down there is a link to the short film he made. They're all phenomenal. I highly recommend you check them out. Don't forget to press that subscribe button if you haven't already. Press the like button if you liked it. Favorite if you really liked it. But my name is Joseph Ferguson and Roscoe's Wetsuit.